Welcome back to another episode of Let's Chat Podcast, y'all. I am your host, JoJo.
And I'm Tyra.
Ooh. I know, I missed you too. Oh my God. Don't you guys miss us? I miss us too.
Not us bragging about episode 100 and then missing an episode right after that.
And then going MIA.
Right.
Like, who do we think we are?
Right.
I know, the audacity, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It happens.
You want to tell them why we missed it?
Yo, let me tell you something. I got sick as a dog.
Sick as a dog.
Sick as a dog. But before I tell you how that went, we'll do our catch up on our little outing.
Yeah. But I honestly think that's why you got sick.
Yeah.
So we did the Jersey City meetup. We did meet a couple of you guys and it was a lot of fun. So we decided to meet in Porta in Jersey City, right? Every time me and Jojo go to Porta, it's like, it's a vibe and it's like kind of empty. Like, it's like not too many people. Like, you know, like you could actually talk to people. Of course, the day that we decide to do the meetup there. Jumping.
Like there's a line. We had never, at least the 2 times that I had been in Jersey City, I have never stood in a line.
Never a line. And they were charging a cover fee.
Yeah.
I said, yo, you gotta be kidding me. And then I'm like, you jinxed it because you
I
talked
was literally
about
just talking about, they don't do cover charges. It's so nice. That's so different.
$10. And I mean, yeah, it wasn't that much, but we're like,
That's
what? So yeah, it was really packed.
Yeah.
It was like
tight.
You had to go to the bathroom.
People.
Yeah.
And that's so crazy because I was literally saying, like, I was really gassing it up, talking about how, like, we always have a good time there. And, it's never too packed. Yeah. And I was like, wow. As soon as I hit that line, I said, this is embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it was good. We met a few people that happened to be in Porta. We spoke with, got to know, drank a little bit. And it didn't take long for us to end up at 626. We were probably at Porta for like an hour. And then we were just like, okay, like this.
Well, honestly, but like, you know what pisses me off? Like that week, honestly, was a terrible week for me. Like mentally, I was going through so much stuff, so much drama with both of my jobs. And literally to the point where I was crying. And then the night of the meetup, up until we left, I was on the phone
Dame un momento, por favor.
Okay. What is this, a commercial?
No, it's not on camera. But how you like my Spanish?
Very good. Very good.
Grazie.
Very good.
Okay, sigue.
Jojo's friends came up and whatever, we were getting ready, having drinks, all of that. I'm literally trying to do my makeup and like literally working at the same time pretty much. Like on the phone with people, like not arguing, but like trying to get shit settled. And like, I'm not going to go into it too deeply now, maybe later on. But I was like so overwhelmed. And then on the way to Porta, I realized I put the wrong address on Uber.
Wow, I forgot.
I went on Uber and all I put was Porta. But I didn't look. I mean, all I know is one Porta here in Jersey. But apparently there's another one in Montclair. The Uber took us to Montclair.
Rudely mistaken.
Which is super far from Jersey City.
It was going the opposite direction way of where we needed to go.
So it was just like, I was doing too much at once. Yeah. Too much. So like we ended up getting there a little bit later than we said.
Yeah.
But whatever. We still ended up having a good time. Like somebody had asked if we have any videos. I don't have any videos or pictures. Like I'm the worst.
Notice how it be like that? Like some of the
when you have
because it started off pretty slow. I won't say, like you said, we had all those little things that were like kind of
in the way.
Yeah, kind of like saltying up the vibe. But like towards the middle to the end, like we had a fire time, and I feel like in those moments, like you don't even catch anything. Right. Like you're just too busy enjoying
you have
it.
one video.
Yeah. I think no, I actually I probably got two videos. Like I got 2 videos of us as a group, and then I have a video of me that your sister took of me like dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll post those. But yeah, somebody was asking that. And one thing about Instagram is that sometimes you guys DM us and then the request, like it goes to like a request box. So
Yes, we don't see.
we don't see all of the messages. So then I was just like digging through the messages and I saw that we missed some DMs where people were asking where we were. So that kind of sucked because it was like we didn't get to respond to those people until it was like later on. But we did meet some of you guys, and we had a lot of fun. And yeah, it was like no drama. Like it was good vibes. Like you know something though, we had a little too much fun. Cause y'all want to know what time we got home? Cause I'm not proud of it.
I mean, I'm not mad about it.
6 a.m., almost 7 a.m. 6 a.m.
It was like the nerve that we have to be out until the sun comes up.
When I saw that the sun was up,
but she was napping.
I was taking a nap. We went to somebody's house, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna take a nap. Like, y'all could chat it up and play games and stuff. I'm going to sleep."
Yeah, one thing about her, she's gonna take her nap if she's tired.
Girl, I got up to go to the bathroom, and then I came back, and I was like, the sun is up. We have to go. It was like I was Cinderella. Like I was like, I can't. Like we need to go home. Like I need to go to sleep. Like the dogs are there. Like it was like,
oh my God, that part. We were like, we left the dogs home alone overnight by themselves.
Yeah, I mean they've been by themselves for a couple hours.
Yeah. But it was just like Dito, like
yeah.
But it was like, okay. We came home and they snuggled with us. Called it a day.
Yeah.
But I do think like it was funny how like the beginning of that night was kind of just little irritating things, and then it was like we had to make up for that.
All right,
and I feel like that's when we ended up when we were having a good time. We were enjoying so much that we were having a good time, that we just wanted to keep going.
Right, and it was like we didn't get too drunk, which is good because I feel like it, like nobody. Like no throwing, like
nobody was misbehaving. Nobody was out of character.
Right.
Nobody
was crying.
Was literally enjoying themselves.
Right.
Drinking responsibly, like, and I appreciated that. It was very nice. The vibes were vibing. Shout out to Rachel, her sister. You know, that's my little cub. She is part of the reason why we were out till 6 a.m.
She loves that.
That's yeah. But it's like we low key like thrive off each other. Like me and her, we go back and forth and be like, oh, you know, rally up.
Rally up.
Yeah. And I have to remember that I'm not as young as her. Yeah. Like, girl, I did this already. Yeah, I can't do this forever.
Yeah, and my sister went out the next day too. Like,
yeah.
That same night,
I couldn't even fathom.
I was like, yeah, no, the whole day in bed. The following day, like in bed.
But we came home, we went to sleep, and I woke up with like the sorest throat ever. Is sorest the word? Whatever. I woke up with a mean sore throat, and I was like, I need water because I don't understand. I thought it was just like, you know, one of those dry mouths type thing. No, like I literally, like the irritation and soreness in my throat was so crazy. And I was like, all right, like as the day go on, you know, let me eat, take a little medicine, like I'll be good. Absolutely not. I woke up the next day and it was worse. I said, oh my God. I'm like, babe,
I was like, yeah, we can't record if your voice.
I'm down bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it hurt to talk, it hurt to swallow. Like, I don't know if you could still hear it, but like my voice is still like not the same.
Yeah.
Like I have that little congestion voice. So I sat home all day, like, and it was so nice that weekend too. That's what really made me tight. Like it was so nice that Saturday, Sunday that I couldn't even enjoy it. I was laying inside all day, and she was all nice, and she went and got me a bunch of meds, throat spray, and like Dayquil, this and that, tea, and I'm like, all right, this better work, because one thing about me, I'm not proud of it, but I'm not always the one quick to jump and make an appointment or go to urgent care.
Yeah, I told her right away, you need to go to urgent care.
Yeah. So I'm like, relax. It's only, it ain't even been 24 hours
I'm like,
yet.
But like, if your throat hurts that much, maybe you got, what's it called? Strep.
Yeah.
Jesus Louise.
So I was like, so I gave it till about the third day. The third day I woke up, I was supposed to go to work, and I literally could not, like, I was like, yo, my throat still kind of hurts, but now it's to the point where it's like I'm like the congestion is kicking in. I feel like the pressure, blah blah blah. Like the cold was hitting, so I was like, I gotta go to urgent care. So I went to urgent care and they gave me a COVID test, strep test. That was negative, and they were like, it's acute bronchitis. So they gave me a cough syrup and
Yeah, that could have gone bad though.
yeah,
It could have not been acute if you like waited.
yeah. But after that, like I started taking that cough medicine, and about like a day or two after I went to urgent care, I was all right. I mean, I'm better now. I'm solid. I just still have a little bit of a mucus buildup.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Tragic.
TMI. But yeah. So thank you for those of you who showed up. For those of you who weren't able to, okay. There's ample amount of opportunity for us to get together and vibe out. And
right.
Here's an opportunity for you right now.
I mean, a lot of people were like, "Are you guys gonna do it again?" And I was like, "Yeah, like most likely, like
yeah, it's not never gonna.
We'll
happen
be outside
again.
in the summer."
Yeah. But here's an opportunity for you to do it. For those of you who don't know, and for those of you who have been seeing, we talked about it last episode, and we've also been posting about our potential queer trip,
right?
With Trover Trip. So
today is the last day to complete the survey. So we have a deadline. So y'all have a deadline.
Yes.
To complete the survey, asking you guys questions about where you want to go. The top 3 destinations right now are DR, Costa Rica, and PR. And I think it's obviously because we talked about it in the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah,
honestly, they're realistic. Those are realistic areas.
Oh yeah, those are realistic. Right.
You know, I would say budget friendly.
Yeah. So I mean, I really hope that it happens this time.
Yeah.
Because last time we didn't get like that many signups, but I think it'll be a dope experience, and there's gonna obviously be like different activities that we could all do together. So yeah, complete the survey.
Yeah, we're right there.
We're so
right
close.
there. We are so close. Just a couple more
I think
qualified surveys and like we're good. Have we spoke about the qualifications? I don't know if we did it.
You have to be at least 18 years old, and the minimum budget is 1,800. Yeah. So
anything like above that is obviously it'll qualify as like
but anyone could do the survey. Like let's say, I mean, we just need surveys. So like even if you're not gonna go, just do the survey or one
step at a time. One step at a time.
Yeah. But then you can get an idea of what it's even like. Because we obviously send emails and stuff, but once we get the goal, then we're gonna like look through what people want to do and like itineraries, activities, and things like that. And like obviously your money is gonna go towards all of that, to the hotel, to the food, to the activities. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. One of our friends, Lexi, she was on the podcast before. She actually went on a queer trip with Chova Trip with her followers, and I think they went to Costa Rica, and it looked a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'd be dope. I think it would be like just a really cool experience to share.
Yeah.
Again, this isn't just an experience for us. Like obviously it'll be cool because we get to meet some of you guys, but I think like it would benefit all of you as well, not just because you'll get to see us, but it's like you'll get to meet other people,
right,
who also like you're already gonna have a bond. You're already gonna have something that you share, and that's this platform. You know,
exactly. And like it doesn't have to be, you could be single. Like we're not, it's not like a couple's
dating.
It's not a couple's trip.
Yeah,
like you could come single, and honestly I think that's like the best that you could do. Like
bring a friend, bring a sibling, bring, you know, if you are a couple, you're more than welcome to bring your partner. But it's all about just making connections, you know, sharing experiences with, you know, one another within the community. That's all. No, we don't have the expectations for it. We just want to have a great time. That's all. And to be able to share that. Right. So yeah, check into that. That link should be in our bio on Instagram and this
description as well of the episode. Yes. But yeah, let's get into today's episode. You know that song that goes jealousy, jealousy? Tú no lo sabes.
No, girl,
Oh my
lost me.
God. You're kidding.
No, you're kidding.
You're
Who
kidding.
is that?
Yeah. Oh my God.
You're gonna look it up. Do you know who it is?
It's fucking Olivia Rodrigo. Y tú no la sabes.
No.
Jealousy,
I love
jealousy.
how you like throw the little Spanish in when you're like, what
No,
the
not.
fuck is wrong with
I
you?
feel like now I gotta play the fucking song, and then like you can't do that with YouTube because then they're like, you're taking,
Copyright.
you're copywriting, qué sé yo qué. Babe, you've heard this. Now you're making me feel dumb. No, let's get to the little jealousy part. You know what? I'm over this. Babe, you've heard it before. That's all that
Is
matters.
it lacking? Oh. I mean, I know who she is, but I don't. Maybe just the example that you gave wasn't good enough.
That's how she does it. Jealousy, jealousy.
No, I just don't know that song.
I don't sing, y'all.
Moral of the story is we're chatting about jealousy.
God bless.
Now, when we were looking through like what our next topic would be, this came up, and for some reason I almost feel like we've spoken about this before. I don't know if it was just like a quick pop-up conversation in
I don't think it was a full episode, but I do think that we talked about it.
Yeah, I'm about to say I think it's made an appearance in one of our old topics. But I felt like it was worth going over a little bit, you know? If you're gonna sit here in front of my face and tell me that you've never been jealous, bye. Bye. Don't even talk. Don't even, you know what? Don't even look at me, bro. Everybody has been jealous at some point in their life. And obviously, when you think about jealousy, you think about it in the most negative way ever, right? You think, oh, it's that like sense of like that nasty jealousy where it's like possessive and like just out of character, messy.
You have an example? A story to share?
I would say
no, I have a story.
Okay.
And I feel like I've already talked about this, but whatever. I was out with someone that I was dating, and we went to a gay club.
I'm about to say, this the club thing?
Yeah, and it was a gay club, as in like men everywhere, like more men than like women, obviously.
Yeah.
They went to the bathroom. It was a woman. I was dating a woman. She went to the bathroom. I stayed at the bar. And some guy started talking to me. But like I said, this is a gay club, and he looked gay. Even, let's say he was bi or whatever, I don't, like, we're just having a conversation. They came back, and it was, like, literally the biggest drama.
Yeah.
Like, walking out, like, we left the club. I'm over here chasing her. Like, it was, like, I'm like, bro, like, you went to the bathroom, and we're at a gay club. Like, do you really think, like, a straight guy would be here? And, like, I don't know. It was just like I could have a conversation with someone, and it could be a regular conversation.
No, you've seen that person in prior relationships.
Yeah, but not really.
Okay, so you've never seen them. You've never seen that jealous behavior prior to you guys.
Never. And it was
turn off.
The night turned out to be literally a nightmare after that. Like it was terrible, because of that. And I'm like, literally chasing her down the street like a fucking crazy person.
Do you feel like that?
Like, why am I doing
this? that jealousy would have happened regardless of who you were talking to, or the fact that you were talking to a man?
If it would have been a girl, that would have been the end of the world.
You think that'd have been worse?
Yeah, because if we're at a gay club and I'm talking to a girl, obviously she's probably a lesbian. But I feel like if I'm talking to a guy, he could literally just be a gay man, and we just having a conversation about our outfits or about anything, literally.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's not insecurity. And I mean,
there's straight people who go to gay clubs and all of that. But I'm telling you, that's the way he was dressed and just talking. I wasn't gonna be like, are you gay or are you bi? Why are you talking to me? Like, no, like
prior to that situation though, had she been jealous before?
Yeah, but it was never to that extreme. But that was like really extreme. Like that turned me off a little bit. And honestly though, I think I did do something right before that maybe this is why it turned out the way it was, right? So we're at the club and I see that they're texting a girl. And I don't know who the girl is. And I'm like, it's 1 a.m. What do y'all really got to talk about right now? I was like, who's that? Who you talking to? And I didn't make up a huge deal out of it. I was like, this is a little weird. Like, you're spending time with me. So we at the club right now, me and you. So I did make a little thing about it, but that was it. Like, I didn't be like, I wasn't like, I'm going to walk out and make, and ruin the night. She ruined the night when she did that. And I don't know if she thought that I was trying to get back at her by talking to a guy at a gay club, or if I don't know, man. But this goes into something that I read online that obviously goes with the episode. And it says, what does jealousy look like in LGBTQ relationships? And it was this article from Pride. And it says, it's not okay to be jealous because your partner is bi. Whether we want to admit it or not, the queer community does a good job of projecting insecurities onto bisexual people because they're attracted to people of the same gender and people of any other different gender. We feel as though they're not gay enough and that at any moment they could up and leave us for the opposite sex. And then they say, I can't speak for everyone, of course, but maybe what we really fear is that a person would leave us for a person of the opposite sex because they'd be significantly more accepted by the world. We start to think stereotypical things about them in percentages and future plans that they've never been discussed. And you start asking yourself, like, do they like men and women 50-50? How many men have they dated? Do they ultimately want to marry a woman? Is this just a phase for them? So like in this case, the person I was dating, it was the bisexuality that was bothering her, for sure.
Did they ever mention it?
After that, of course we dated even after that, and it was like any person, any guy, it was like a problem, like coworkers and things like that. Like it was like that would bother them. I can't have like regular conversations like outside of work with someone that I work with. That was like weird to them. And I'm like, okay.
The fact that it's weird. But I mean
like I think it's normal to get cool with coworkers. Sometimes you guys got each other's number, but I feel like if anything, like I try to keep things professional. But they didn't see it that way, so it was, I don't know, it was a difficult thing.
I feel like a lot of people have a hard time like not accepting the fact, but like just having trust in their partner.
But it's like, why don't you trust me if I've never given you a reason to not trust me?
Correct. But there's also people who can't, like one of the things I always say is like I can only do but so much, right? I can only do so much, like distancing or boundaries, placing boundaries. But if people are going to cross them, they're going to cross them.
Right.
So it's like at that point, people, it's not even the fact that, oh, I don't trust my partner. And I hear this a lot. People are like, I trust you, I just don't trust other people. Mm-hmm. And it's like, cool, I get that, but like you also have to understand is that me personally, I can't control other people's behaviors and the things that they do. Right. I can only react to whatever it is that they do and remove myself from the situation clearly, or
yeah. But these are even conversations that me and you have had.
Yeah.
Where I've been jealous and I've told you, like, it's not that I don't trust you. It's just like the people around who I don't trust. Not the people you surround yourself with, not like friends and things like that. It's like when we go out, outside, right? I don't trust other people. But my problem is that I feel like I am I don't give a fuck. Like, I would tell you, like, I have a girlfriend. Don't talk to me. And I feel like you're more cool and chill. And I feel like you're not like, I have a girlfriend, don't talk to me. You're just like, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna pay attention to this person. Yeah. When I want you to be like, don't talk to me, I have a girlfriend.
But it's not even, that's funny. It's not even that. Like, I just feel like, why can't people just respect the fact that I'm telling them I'm good, period? Like, why do I have to throw I have a girlfriend at you for
All
it to
right,
be a
guys.
legit...
Guys, let's use an example. And
Please,
I'm gonna bring it
use
up.
the
I'm gonna
example.
bring it up. When we went
You
to
weren't
Colombia,
even there, but
no,
use the
no,
example.
guys, let's talk about it. When we went to Colombia, me and Jojo,
Yeah.
literally recently, this happened like a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
There was a night where Jojo went out with my family, and I
Mhm.
decided to stay home because I wanted to be a good auntie and take care of the kids. And I wasn't really feeling it. Y'all know that I was sick and all of that. We were watching movies and all of that. Then they came back from their shenanigans, and they was drinking and shit, you know, they was partying, whatever. So Jojo comes into the room and she tells me that there was this girl who wouldn't leave her alone. And she just like was pressed on Jojo, like literally like I don't even remember the story. I just know that she tried to go up to you, then DK, I don't know, DK, you ignored her. Then her friend tried to go up to Jojo, like literally like for her friend, and Jojo was still like whatever. Then the security guard went up to Jojo like, yo, this girl's trying to get your number. Like the girl was insisting on getting her number. So I got annoyed because I was like, well, why didn't you say I have a girlfriend, stop talking to me? And she was like, I didn't have to say that.
First of all, we're gonna run it back because, again, as she said, she was not there.
I wasn't there, but
She
I'm
wasn't
just
there.
imagining things.
So one thing about me is when things take place, I tell my partner, you know, I'm not scared to be like, oh, like, because one, I don't want that to be somebody else's story.
Oh
that
yeah,
they
because
come and
obviously
tell
my
her.
sister came to tell me, and then my mom came to tell me. But like everyone was in support of Jojo. Like my mom was like, Jojo wasn't even talking to her. Like she kept trying to insist.
Because I feel like I just didn't have to, like, if I said no, I'm
Was she talking
good.
Spanish?
And I don't remember if it was initially.
No tan fácil.
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
She walked up to us, and I was literally telling your sister, I was with all her sisters, come on, like, the fuck. So I was literally telling your sister, I was like, yo, this girl about to walk over here, but she just looked like she was on a mission. And
Incredible.
she was just looking at, like, in my direction, and I was like, doing? Rachel, this girl about to come over here, like. And she like, who? One thing about her sisters, you think she bad? Her sisters, whoof. So I don't, like, it wasn't even like I had the opportunity to be like, yo, I'm good, I got a girl, like, fall back. It was just like she came up, she said hi.
Stop,
and
I'm
then
spit my drink.
And then she was like, you know, trying to be like, what's your name? And your sister had already spoke up. Like, your sister, what? You know?
My sister was like acting like they were dating. My sister was like, I'm her girlfriend. What?
And it wasn't even until like,
well, my sister said that like after she kept insisting to be like, yo, this girl gotta chill.
She was just, so she basically was like, hi, I'm such and such, like, what's your name? And I was like, I'm good. Like,
she said it in Spanish.
Yeah, I really don't remember.
Do you think you didn't say anything because she was speaking Spanish and you're not comfortable talking Spanish? Or what is it? It was just too much.
I don't know. I guess I really didn't pay attention to this girl. Like, the very moment she came up, and I was like, Rachel.
You said she was a femme?
Yeah, she was a femme, but it was something was weird about it. Like, it wasn't like a regular, like, oh, like,
no, I'm gonna say, I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, don't. My point is, hey, you know, your sister immediately, like, took the initiative and spoke up. It wasn't even like, you know, I would have had the opportunity. And as I was saying, like, I come and tell my partner because I don't like people coming and just, you know, telling their version of the story. Because one thing about her is if you tell her something that she don't like, she's going to create her own story. And then I'm stuck trying to defend myself off of something that I'm clearly acting like it's no big deal, and it's already big deal, and I'm in this shit house. So, you know, I told her, and naturally people are gonna be like, why'd you even tell her? Like, it's not that deep. Nothing happened. It didn't go nowhere. Like, you know, you didn't even talk to the girl. Like, why even tell her? And it's like, I feel like when you get in situations like that, you naturally be like, yeah, why the fuck did I tell her? This could have just not been a thing. But like, I'm not that person. I don't like that.
Gonna tell me though.
even if your sisters decided, like, I could have just been like, yo, don't tell her, like, she gonna get mad. They didn't want to. They didn't want to send that. Yeah, probably later.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they also know who you are. So I feel like to an extent, they probably wouldn't have told you. Yeah. And if they told you, they would have just told you like, oh yeah, some girl tried to, and then did it.
Yeah.
But no, the girl was persistent. And something about it was weird. It wasn't like it was just mad aggressive.
She was trying to get her papers.
Very aggressive. Yeah. So her sister spoke up. She immediately was like, hey, like smooth, like how Fig cock blocked. That's how her sister played it. Like she just came in and we were like, oh, we're good. Her sister was like, she got a girlfriend. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, no me importa. Like,
oh, no te importa.
Yeah. So I'm like, what? Mind you, her mom, I can't with her mom. Her mom is literally standing next to the girl. It's like her mom, her sister, me.
Yeah.
And then the girl in front of me and her sister. And her mom's looking at her like,
who are you?
Like, it's the facial reaction. So yeah. So when she says that, and Rachel's like, like, Rachel's like, are you for real? She's like, I'm her girlfriend. Rachel starts to she plays it. She's like, I'm the girlfriend. It don't matter. I'm the girlfriend.
Rachel's my sister.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So she's like, oh, okay, la 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 la. Then your mom starts entertaining her a little bit. Just I don't know what they talked about after. Like they talked. Me and Rachel turned around and started talking to like the rest of our group. And we go to leave. When we go to leave, we're all taking pictures. We're bullshitting, blah, blah, blah. When we get to the exit, the girl that was with the girl trying to talk to me came up to me and her sister. And I don't even know what she said, but basically she was trying to say what's up for her friend.
It's like, what in the world?
Yeah, so Rachel already knew. And Rachel was like, Are you sane or you what? Like, did I stutter? I was like, I'm gonna tell you what I told your friend basically. Like, that's my girl. Leave us alone. So I'm laughing because I don't know. Like she said, I am a chill person. I don't like to blow things up because I feel like not everything deserves that rowdy energy. And I obviously knew the group that I was with, and if I would have got hyped, it probably would have been bad. So like your family enough, your sisters already have that energy. So it's like, I'm not trying to have that.
Right.
So I feel like your sister was already given that. By that second time, she was tight.
Yeah.
She was tight. And I was like, oh man, I can't let this girl like. So we leave. We finally make it out. Rachel's mad. She's like, yeah, why are they Tweedledee and Tweedledum, these two. Like, I literally told her blah, blah, blah. So as we're walking out to get our car, one of the security guys walk up to me, is walking with us as we're coming up the driveway, and he's speaking in Spanish, and he comes to me, and he's got a phone in his hand, and he's literally basically like, oh, like, let me get your number so I can give it to her. And I'm not dumb. I'm like, are you for real? Like, yo, this is the most I've never been pursued in this way, and it's crazy. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, we already told this girl no. What? Her sister saw that? Her sister was livid.
Oh yeah, she was trying to fight.
Livid. She was like, nah, because I already told you. Da, 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 da. I had to hold her back. We got in the car. We went back to the Airbnb, but she was big mad. And at that point, it was just like, I came home. I'm telling her, thinking like, oh, this is just something. No, she was mad. She was mad at me because she felt like I didn't speak up for myself. And I was like, it's not even about not speaking up for myself. One, it wasn't even like I had the chance to. Your sister jumped on it like it was nobody's business. And I'm not mad. I love her for that. Two, if I'm fucking telling you no, why can't you take my word for no?
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Like, if I'm saying no, that's it. I already gave you that. I already gave you that energy. I'm not spending any more time or energy on you. But I don't feel like, oh, I need to be like, I got a girlfriend for you to get it, because you clearly see motherfuckers don't care. So I'm like, if I'm saying no, that's my personal boundary, respect it. And even that people aren't gonna respect.
Yeah.
So that's fine. We left. Remove myself from this situation. However, I feel like in certain situations when things like that happen, you don't take it lightly.
Yeah, because I just wish that you would be like, I don't want
Yeah, but how often am I not?
I have a girlfriend.
But you make it seem like I don't say
me.
I have a girlfriend. It's
So
not like it's the biggest secret that I have a girlfriend.
Spell it out to them.
So you want me to be obnoxious?
Is that she didn't understand English probably. So you had to bring out the Spanish. Tengo novia. Tú estás sorda, eh? You know what that means?
No.
Are you fucking deaf?
Oh.
But yeah, anyway, so that happened. Of course, I was annoyed because, like, in my head, I'm like, yo, why didn't you just tell the girl, like, I have a girlfriend? Like, I feel like sometimes they just need to be rejected from the person, like, a bunch of times.
Yeah, but don't you think when somebody's like, oh, no, I can't because I have a girlfriend, it's not implying, oh, that I don't want to. It's implying I can't because I have a girlfriend.
No, but it's like, I feel like so many people use that excuse now that, like,
that I have a girlfriend?
Yeah, like
it's regular.
Like, it's like, what I'm saying. It's like, oh, they just saying that. Like, they probably don't have a girlfriend.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's like, she probably was seeing you the whole night. So it's like, to her, it's like, my sister's saying, oh, that's my girlfriend. It's like, y'all wasn't even kissing
I didn't see
the whole night.
That girl at all.
I know,
night.
but maybe she was looking at you.
No, we was in the cut.
No, you never know. People are crazy.
We was in the cut. It was dark. Like, I didn't even move from the table. I went to the bathroom one time in the entire time that we were at that restaurant. One time, and we were sitting to the wall. So, like, we weren't in the middle in the mix of people. None of that.
Babe, you're very like you are very, like, you stand out. You're tall. You got
say tattoos. That a lot. So, like, is it because, and I guess this is speaking from a femme standpoint, you brought it up before, and to you,
yeah, like, people know you're gay. When people see me, they're confused, like, or they're just like, she's straight.
Okay.
So, I feel like in situations like this, it's like, you guys were at a place where it wasn't a gay place. It was just like whatever. So it's very easy for, like, a femme to, like, come up to you because it's like she's probably gay. Like 99% she's probably gay type shit.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it.
No, I don't know. Because then it's like you have,
like, what studs are coming up to me?
You have more of an option than I
because of the guys, yeah.
Right. So it's like I gotta worry about guys and females. And it could be femmes. You got both femmes who come up to femmes. Don't care if you're straight or gay. If you're pretty, if you're beautiful, you're beautiful. You're gonna get spoken to. It doesn't matter at that point if you're this or that, or doesn't matter.
Yeah. Nonetheless, I think it's normal to be jealous. I feel like you said, if people say they're never jealous or whatever, I think they're fronting. But I do think, obviously, like, your reaction is, like, what matters. Like, at the end of the day.
Like how you respond.
Like how you respond, obviously. Like how you respond in that moment. For me, it was like, I mean, I wasn't there. But it really could have gone bad. Like, I'm kind of glad I didn't go. Because I was like, oh my God, that would have been drama and, like, unnecessary. Like, you're about to ruin my night. Yeah, but I think
you make it seem like I'm the only one that looks good in this relationship or something.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
But that's how it comes off.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because I feel like even gay spaces or not gay spaces, you think because I present more masculine and that I stand out in a way that's inviting people to approach me.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're beautiful. Nothing's going to stop people from approaching you. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I feel like, there's that too. I don't know. My point is, you don't really need to be jealous. You don't have to worry about people because I don't give a fuck. And it's like, I understand you want me to react a certain way, but you also have to understand, like, we're different in terms of how we confront things.
Oh, yeah.
So I just think, like, I don't have to be obnoxious and tell people, like, oh, not saying that I don't want to tell people I have a girlfriend, because I've done it. I do it. I don't have, I take pride and joy in saying I have a girlfriend. But I think in that particular situation, I just didn't want to entertain it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like if I stopped and gave it the time of day, it would have just So like I was just like, nah, like I'm good. And then your sister just went in. So I was like, all right. But again, you weren't there. So I think, you know, you got hit with a lot of different versions of it and just thought that I wasn't speaking up for myself.
Yeah.
But all in all, her sisters did tell her that I didn't even have the fucking chance to really like go in. I just was like, I'm good, and I fucking deaded it at that.
Right. But isn't that crazy that there's really girls out there like that? That they don't give a fuck if you're in a relationship. Like not
Makes
even
me think of Love Is Blind.
like not even like on some like gay shit. Like just in general. Like I've seen girls do this like to guys too. Like go up to a guy who's taken and the guy's like, oh, like, nah, I got a girlfriend. And like they're persistent. Like, what are you doing trying to be a homewrecker?
Yeah. Messy.
And like if somebody already told you no, you look silly if you continue to like pursue it. Like now you're giving stalker. It's giving weird.
Yeah. I can say I can't think off the top of my head, but like I have my little jealous moments. But I think my idea of jealousy is different. So obviously you're beautiful. I don't take it offensively when people come up to you and approach you. It's just what happens with that, you know? But I haven't been in a situation where it was like, it would like boundaries were overstepped. So I won't say that I've been jealous in that way. I can say that any type of jealousy that I may have felt within our relationship may have been based on time.
What do you mean?
So like I can say that I've been jealous of like the time and effort you put into other things that doesn't come into me and you.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's no secret. It's usually work. You're very motivated, driven when it comes to work ethic. That's just a part of who you are. That's what you do. You take pride and joy in that.
Right.
And I think like you get so consumed in those things that it kind of leaves you dry, like no time, no energy to like just not even like I need you to do all these things. Like I just need presence within our relationship.
Yeah.
So I think that I found myself in moments where I'm jealous of that. You being here but not here, giving that energy elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not gonna announce it in this episode, but it's like that's one of the reasons why I'm making some changes in like my professional life, because I just feel like I've been taken advantage of in my like work and all of that, which is really like an episode for another day. But yeah, I mean, it's like I don't want to like I don't want to like just work and like not enjoy time with like my partner, my family, things like that. Like I feel like I saw this TikTok the other day that was like it was talking about like older people and like what they regret in life, and they said that one of the things was like working so much. And like I'm like, I don't want to get to a point where I'm like 90 years old saying the same thing. Like, damn, I broke my back for these jobs and they didn't value me. And for what? At the end of the day, for what? But yeah, it's something that I'm working on.
I feel like the older we get too, at least in everybody's mindset is different. You know, age doesn't mean much of anything. That's just a biological clock. But mentally, it's all like where you come from, where have you been, what have you experienced. But I think like at least in my opinion, the older I get, the more that I just find gratefulness in time. Like I try so hard to be present because like yeah, we living in a time right now where we're struggling. It's financially it's rough.
Oh yeah, like literally everything's going up in price.
Yeah.
Except our salaries. Don't we love that?
Yeah.
Incredible.
But that's like you can control it, but you can't control that. Like that, obviously this financial struggle is going to be here, you know, unless you land something absolutely great that allows that financial freedom. But I think like we fight so hard and strive to be like, I want this financial freedom, that
but it's also because like, sorry to cut you off, it's like we don't have this like, I mean, for me, I don't have like generational wealth. Like my family still lives in the hood in an apartment. Like it's like we don't have the option to just live with our parents and just like crash in their like basement. I mean, I'm sure like your dad would allow us, but it's like with it just doesn't fit in our life right now. Like with our
Mm-hmm.
jobs, like with our dogs, like it's like, and I sometimes I do feel a little bit like jealous of people who have that like I don't know how to say it, like that flexibility where it's like they could save up for whatever it is that they want to do because they have a support system that allows them to do so. And it's like I'm trying to get to a point where I can, you know, support for my family and then my family as in my, you know, parents as well because they're getting older. So it's just like an internal battle all the time. Like it's just always something.
Yeah, but my point in bringing that up
Mhm.
is like, yes, we all want to find that financial freedom to
Mhm.
support not only ourselves and our family, but when we are so, you know, focused and only driven by that aspect,
Mhm.
we miss so much time with our
Right.
family.
Right.
And it's like those things that I'm now like learning is like it's the time that matters because
Right.
that's we don't get that back. Like
Time.
money comes and goes.
Yeah, it's
You have
time.
you have yes, you have eras in your life where you're making great money. We've been there.
Mhm.
We've had eras in our life where we're nickel and diamond. We're just scraping by, but we're making it. But it's like that shit comes and goes. It's highs and lows, but time just goes. It
Mhm.
doesn't like you don't have the time. So it's like I'm finding more like just gratitude and like realizing that time is where it's at.
Mhm.
And I think that that's what you need.
Mhm.
Um is like again I get you wanting to be that
Mhm.
financial, strive for your parents and your family, and
Mhm.
you're gonna get there. I don't not believe it.
Mhm.
But I it makes me sad because I see that you don't live in
Yeah.
the time in the
Yeah.
present, and you're
Mhm.
missing so much. And though I feel like that's honestly what you need more than anything right now, because that is what's
Mhm.
going to keep you sane
Right.
and bring that little bit of bliss and peace to your life.
I
Happiness
agree.
comes and goes, that's
I
based on a
agree.
mood.
I
But
agree.
that sense of peace and bliss, you
Uh-huh.
speak about your family so much, you speak about like how much they mean to you, and I just want you to live in those moments with them,
Right.
even just the littlest.
Mhm.
And I think you'll find that.
Yeah. I know I will. I know I will. But yeah, I'll keep y'all posted for that side of my life. But to kind of go back into jealousy, we talked a little bit about it, talked about our experiences, talked about like being bisexual and how that's always a problem in the LGBTQ community. Um, but we did do some research, and the term jealousy can be used in many different ways. It says experiencing fear of abandonment, insecurity about one's sexual desire, possessiveness about a partner's time or attention, habit of comparing oneself to others. And I feel like we've experienced all of this in like
Yeah.
this relationship or previous relationships. Um, what else? Then we talk about really like how to feel more secure. And we wrote down communicate the way you're feeling to avoid resentment. Share with your partner the ways that they can make you feel more secure. The goal is to avoid acting on feelings and instead take the cue to open a line of communication with defined boundaries. And then we say like there's a large difference between being healthy and protective behaviors and then like aggressive and controlling behavior. Um, and then the last one, which I really agree with, it's like if your partner gives you no reason to not trust them, then maybe the insecurity lays deeper and maybe you have your own personal growth to assess. Um, I had a friend once that she would like she would freak out when like her partner wouldn't respond to her or it was like she was like, I don't know what he's doing, things like that. And I'm like, yo, why are you like so
Used
stressed though?
to.
Like, I'm like, but it was like he gave her reasons though. Like it was like little red flags
Mm-hmm.
throughout that relationship. And I mean, he ended up like cheating on her, like to the extreme where it was like had a baby, all this shit. And that's like I know that that's like trauma
Yeah.
that someone can carry. And then it's like so hard to really go into a new relationship when you had this such a
Toxic.
yeah, you coming from such a toxic relationship where you really can't trust this person because of what they did. Then you're going into this new relationship having this like anxiety that they're like up to something,
Yeah.
that they're like cheating on you, that like you're checking their location, or you're just asking them all these questions. And
Yeah.
I feel like they don't deserve that either, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't deserve to be questioned all the time, and like you watching their location and all of that. So I do feel like for whoever unfortunately has gone through something like that where their partner cheated on them and it's like a really traumatic thing, I do feel like some internal works needs to
Yes,
be
yeah.
done. But I also feel like you got to communicate that to the person so they can understand, like, this is what I've been through. It's not that I don't trust you. I just have a little bit of trauma.
Yeah.
And like I just have like some anxiety. So I just need like more like reassurance kind of.
Reassurance, yeah. And like a clear
Yeah.
communication line
Right.
here.
And I mean, I feel like we see this all the time, especially in the stories that we share, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
People be wilding, sharing all these crazy secrets.
I think that sometimes
You
though
think
people can use that traumatic experience as an excuse to be
I
possessive.
know.
So it's like I understand that you had that in the past, and at the end of the day, I have still not given you a reason to not trust me. So I'm not going to accept that because now it's an excuse. That's an excuse you're giving me for me to accept the fact that you're behaving in this manner.
Yeah.
And I don't deserve it.
Yeah.
So I just think like you said, that takes some inner work. Like, don't start entertaining people and jumping into relationships if you feel like you've just faced this whole traumatic experience in your last relationship because of all the toxicity that you had to endure. Take some time to yourself. Therapy, duh. I feel like I say that so much. Not duh, but like,
no, I mean, it really helps.
We've talked about it before. There's different forms of therapy. I understand it's kind of hard to find a therapist, one that works for you, that that you could be comfortable with telling your story to, or I know like the financial aspect of it, finding one that works, but like use your resources, look up, see who's, could be for the cheap, that's not that expensive, or there are like counseling, especially if you're in school. If you're in school, take advantage of your counseling
Oh yeah.
personnel. That's what they're there for. Like so there's options. It's just looking into them. But I agree, like that sense of jealousy and possessiveness and like trauma response that can be really, really nasty in a relationship. And I just don't think that it should go unexcused anymore.
Yeah, like it's like, geez.
Everybody's different. We're not all going to be the same. And it's like you have to, it's just like how they tell parents, like you have to give them a little slack to see what they're going to do with it. Once they show you that they can't do anything with it, then you wheel them back in, you know? That's just my take.
Yeah, so that is all. You want to jump into the family meeting?
Yep.
Okay. Family meeting question number 1. Hi, let's chat.
Hey.
Then they said, first compliments, I love your dynamic and the way Jojo says, ooh, after you say your name.
Ooh.
That's so cute. I've been with my wife for 6 years and 1 year married. We have a 7-year age difference. She's older. Let's call my wife Jane. Jane isn't really sexually out there. She's demisexual and doesn't initiate sex much. She'll turn 35 this year, and she asked me if she can go to a strip club and party with her bros. She puts in parentheses some straight guys and a masked woman, and invited me too. What do you guys feel about one another going to a strip club? I have no interest in going to a strip club, but I also know I would get jealous as fuck seeing them all over her. I feel like I can't say no to her going because she has never been and it's her birthday. Have you been to a strip club?
I haven't. Have you?
You know I have.
You have? I forget.
I used to live in Miami.
Oh, okay.
And people would always come visit me. And in Miami, South Beach and all of that, Wynwood, it gets crazy. So
Life of the party.
we will go to 11, which is a strip club that's open like all day type shit. And I remember the first time I walked in there, I felt like I was like wearing too many clothes. Cause the strippers were like walking around and like literally like in their like lingerie, like using the bathroom that we used too. And I was like, wow, like I have all these clothes on. I feel like I don't know. I did feel a little bit weird. Like I did feel like a little bit like prudish. And like I wasn't dating women at that time. I had a boyfriend at the time. And the first time I went, I was a little weird, but we ended up like in someone's VIP, qué sé yo. And I went with one of my friends from college, and she is so ratchet. You know what she was doing? She was stealing their dollars because like their dollars were everywhere, like right by us. Girl, she started putting the dollar bills in my bra. I said, "What are you doing? They're gonna kick us out."
That's
Girl,
how
she
you
was
get
she was
smacked
she was
around.
like taking the dollars, putting that shit in her pocket. I couldn't with her.
Oh, that's messy.
It was hilarious.
That's not even right.
Nah, she was like drunk or whatever. But I was like, all right, we can't do that. We're gonna get kicked out. And then I went like 2 more other times. Like
Oh, you've been around.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
the second
I gotta catch up.
No, the second time I went, it was with my best friends, but it was like there was a lot of guys in the group and they wanted to go, so I was like, whatever. And I felt more comfortable and was given dollars or whatever. But the girls, they are touchy. Like they were touching my hair, touching my arm, like being very flirtatious, trying to get their money. And I was like, what's happening here? So if you are like a jealous person, I don't recommend going with her because they're gonna try it for sure.
I've never been to a strip club, so
I mean, for their birthday, just it is what it is. What
yeah,
is she
I mean,
gonna
at
do?
least she invited you, and she wants you to be there. That's an experience for you guys. I know I feel like I've said this before, but I feel like it's almost natural, but like we always have this idea that we're not gonna like something, so you never do it.
You feel like she should go to the strip club with her
partner,
wife? With her wife?
Yeah.
Really?
She invited her, didn't she?
She said I would be jealous as fuck seeing them all over her.
I mean,
but like she's just asking,
but
like
opposed to not going.
Oh, okay.
Would you rather be there and be like, damn, I'm a little salty that they kind of touching her, than to the idea of me not being there and you're thinking like, oh my god, who knows what'll happen when I'm not there.
That's true. Like maybe you have some anxiety.
Yeah. At least you being there, not saying like you get to cock block, but it's like you're not giving your mind opportunity to make up a story that didn't happen either.
Yeah.
Like I think, like you said, it would give more anxiety.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like do it, try it. You just have to know, like, give your partner the opportunity to show who they are. Like, as long as your partner understands you, your boundaries, and vice versa, then, like I said, give them the slack and see what they do with it.
Yeah, like I don't even know. Like maybe have some drinks before you go there. But then if you are the type that gets angry when you drink, then maybe it's not a good idea to be going over there like with some drinks. But I do think you need to be like a little loose.
But I also feel like that's just another thing where we have to have a conversation and be like, okay, it's your birthday. I want you to have a great time. You're with your peoples. I don't want to place restrictions, but let's be realistic.
I mean, you're not supposed to touch strippers. You can't touch them.
But I'm saying it's just like, okay, let's talk about boundaries.
The strippers, they don't got boundaries.
Yeah, but
I mean, apologies to anyone who does this for a living. I'm just saying, like, they be doing their thing. The little splits and shot and walking around touching people.
Obviously, but I'm saying, like, now there has to be some type of compromise. It's gonna be like that in a strip club, okay? But I'm gonna tell you, listen, some shorty come touching you. Yeah, just make sure she not touching you here. She want to touch your hair, that's fine. She want to be touching your chest. She want to be touching your face. No, remove. Like show
your ring,
something like that.
Show your ring.
Yeah, but obviously that's why they're there.
No,
People go to strip
maybe they're
clubs.
blind. Maybe they're blind. You gotta show it like real close.
I
Married.
mean, again, it's like you can't come to a strip club with no intentions of
Oh
getting
yeah,
touched.
yeah, of course, of
Like,
course.
then why are you here? You can't be mad to come to my place of business and be mad that I'm doing my job. Like, you feel me? So I don't know. That's a tough situation. Only you know how you're gonna handle it
Right.
being there. I think anybody would get jealous of
Of course.
any of your people's getting touched, but
Yeah.
that's a discussion to have.
I mean, you guys have been together for a long time. I don't think that a night at a strip club is gonna like ruin everything.
For all you know, you might like it, and then y'all might
Right,
go home and
right.
have
Maybe
some
they're gonna be
fun.
all over you, girl. Maybe she gonna be jealous. Cause when I went, I was looking femme, and they was still like trying to touch me. They don't care. So maybe they're gonna be all over you. She better watch herself.
She might go home and want to have fun after seeing that.
She gonna start dancing for you. She gonna put Beyonce on. We have time for another one, or you think?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. How can I make communication with my girlfriend better? She grew up in a family that doesn't sit and talk about their issues. So if we ever have an issue and I want to talk about it, she sees it as I just want to argue or pick at her again, and I need to let it go. Communicating with a female has been the hardest for me because is that normal? I've never been with a female before, and there's too many feelings involved at the time of arguments. I end up having to stay quiet instead of communicating what I really feel. Please help. Wow. I remember like when I first started dating girls, like it was a lot of communicating. Cuz I feel like with guys like you're trying so hard for them to communicate and to say something cuz they're not as expressive. Not all guys, obviously some. But with girls, it's like everything's like a conversation and everything's like sometimes it's like blown out of proportion, of course.
I want to say, you know where the complication comes in is I guess women can be more verbally expressive,
Mhm.
but I feel like sometimes there's a lack of understanding.
Mm. Yeah. Cuz you guys yeah, I could see that.
So I feel like in this situation, especially because her partner comes from a home where they didn't have that expression, that obviously it's natural for her to be like, we're arguing for what? Like, I don't want to feed into that, not realizing that it's not that I don't want to argue. I just want to talk about it to, you know, so it doesn't happen again type shit or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like we nowadays we're so heavy on like communicating. You gotta communicate, you gotta speak up. But it's like you could speak up to your blue in the face, and if we don't understand each other, we don't understand each other. And I feel like everybody has a hard time. Like nobody 100% understands each other because everybody's thought process is different. And that just goes to show from home experiences and just growing up and the situations you're coming from. Like you've had such a like communication style or whatever for so long that it's like, how do you now all of a sudden it's a problem? Like how are you supposed to break it?
Yeah.
So I think it's just learning. Like with everybody, you're not going to be with everybody and understand them all the time. Everybody's style of communicating, dealing with feelings, expressions of feelings are always different. And I think that's one of the things that we had in the beginning, and we've talked about this before, like in our fight styles. You're more, we're gonna talk about this calmly, and I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and if you're gonna raise your voice on me, I'm done. And to me, it's like I was the more like loud one, because where I come from and where my fight style, I don't want to say fight style, but arguing style was just like, that's coming from where I come from. That's what you do. Like you show that loud aggression, or like, I don't even want to say aggression, but like to me it's passion, to you it's aggression. And that's where that understanding and not knowing like the difference in our environment has had that effect on us. And we have to learn, and we still learn. That doesn't stop. But maybe you just need to tell her, I'm not trying to argue with you, I'm just really trying to open up the floor here for us to avoid feeling like this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, you've never been with a female before, so like, I feel like the first relationship you're in is very dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
Very,
Always.
very dramatic.
Because you're in that high of like, I'm in
Mm-hmm.
a relationship with a female.
Yeah.
We're the same. We
Mm-hmm.
feel the same.
Right.
I don't know. Like you feel so. I feel like to an extent you feel understood
Yeah.
until things arise, and then you realize, okay, this is where it's different.
Right. Like in the story that I said earlier, like the girl I was dating got so mad, I'm literally chasing her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that. I'm not chasing you down the street como una loca. Like it's like, bro, like stop running and stop trying to walk away so fast. We're gonna talk right now, right here.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like in the
Which
first,
is crazy because I feel like you're not like that now.
and I'm not like that. So it's like for me to be like that before,
Yeah.
I just grew up a lot, and I mean, just your experience with dating people, obviously,
Yeah.
like
It changes.
Mhm.
It changes.
Yeah. So I think this is totally normal. But I do think that her brushing you off when you're trying to have a conversation and her thinking it's an argument, like that needs to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't just keep being quiet because she thinks it's an argument. I mean, I don't know how you're approaching the situation, but you could
Yeah.
tell her, like, I'm not raising my voice. I'm not cursing. I'm literally trying to have a conversation with you. I don't know why you see that as like an argument.
I feel like people find uncomfortability in
Right. They think anything.
confronting issues.
Mm-hmm. Right, like confrontation is the problem here.
Yeah.
She's not used to people confronting
Like
her.
if you come to me, you're like, we gotta talk. You're naturally
they're,
gonna be scared.
they're already like, oh my
like,
god,
it's gonna be bad. What does this mean?
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Mhm.
We're just done at this point. It's like no, like obviously, fuck, this is about to be uncomfortable
Mhm.
because I don't know what this conversation entails or which way it's gonna go. And now I feel like you're in the scared, anxiety, and defense mode.
Mhm.
So you're like, all right, what's she about to say? All right, I'm gonna fucking defend myself because she's not about to come at me crazy or think like, it's a lot of things that happen, and I think you just got to her like, listen, I need to talk about how I feel for it not to build that sense of resentment because I don't talk to you.
Mhm.
Or that like, there's underlying things that happen and eventually it blows up in a relationship if we're not identifying it and like bringing it up to each other.
Right.
So you're gonna have to tell her about herself.
Stop. I hope it all works out.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, that's all. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and please do the survey.
Deuce, mother goose.
Bye.
Bye.